Damn. There go Bigfoot. What about Bigfoot?
What about it?
Bigfoot.
What about it?
Bigfoot.
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy. There goes Bigfoot in the alley. What you got that you need? Conspiracy theories about Bigfoot. Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
What about Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
Conspiracy theory. Welcome to another episode of What About Bigfoot, the only show that has danced with Leprechaun and lived to tell the tale. I'm your host, Dude, the one and only co-pilot.
Jay.
Oh yeah, this is the podcast where we have conspiracy theories, ancient monsters, ghosts, and we always ask the most important question: what about Bigfoot? Where does he fit into these myths, these conspiracy theories? And we do our damnedest to find out where.
Yeah, we just try to add him onto the Loch Ness Monster, the Roswell theories.
Oh, yeah, if you guys are loyal fans, go back and you know already. But if you're new fans, go back, go see our other episodes.
Subscribe, whatever
right
channel, whatever app you used to listen to.
Oh yeah, just subscribe button, press the little bell, and we'll come up with midnight.
Midnight,
Like, oh man.
Make sure you let your girlfriend know, midnight, so it's not a fair late.
Oh no, and she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
who's texting you now?
oh, like nobody, baby.
Yeah.
My friends are calling.
Bam! What about Bigfoot?
And then she watches it, and then you guys,
Now we got a whole nother
and
fan.
you guys make sweet love to our video.
Yep, with us in the back.
Us in the background with our weird laugh. If you're into that.
Talking about mermaids.
Slapping.
and clapping.
But this week we have one of my favorite creatures. We have the Hobbitses.
The Hobbits.
And we're not just talking about, Tolkien's Hobbits. These are actual creatures.
Yeah, so these little creatures were known to be about 3.5 feet tall.
Ooh,
Which is, I'm assuming that's how tall they were in the movies.
Yeah.
These creatures were discovered. The bones of this creature were discovered in Indonesia in 2003, which is after the books were written and the movies.
Yeah.
So these little creatures were actually given the nickname Hobbits. So that's kind of where it all came in.
That's where all Tolkien came from.
Yeah, so more than likely not Tolkien's inspiration
So
wasn't from this.
Yeah.
It was more the nickname of that creature came from Tolkien.
So
It was a reverse inspiration.
we're not talking no Shire folk. We ain't got no Sams.
Yeah.
We're Indonesia.
So in those islands of Indonesia, there was these bones were found, which is believed to be a woman with the skull a third the size of ours.
Oh, wow.
So ours, not that big to begin with. A third of that's like very small. Maybe like about that big. Like a baby's head, apparently. But these were like full grown. I don't want to say humans, but they were called because they actually found them in these islands. They were called Homo florensis.
Oh.
It's like a weird scientific name. I don't know how to say any of it, so because we are Homo sapiens, humans. There was the Homo florensis. There was the Homo erectus, which was the first standing man after cavemen.
Yes.
So if you listen to the other one, which is the mushrooms, what are they?
Yeah.
The mushrooms.
Stone Ape.
Stone Ape theory. It's episode 2, I believe. But so there's this tree of all these different types of Homo sapiens, but it's weird because the first initial testing that we did of these bones said that it was believed to be 18,000 years old.
Oh wow!
Which is pretty old. But then actually found like these like tools with them, like these tools and this like charcoal that they use to apparently cook their food on open flames. What that means is that because their heads were so small, which makes their brain smaller. So a lot of people think that it was maybe like a deformed human Homo sapien, but the fact that they had tools and that they were cooking, makes it believe that they were smarter than just a deformed human. Or some kind of mutated or something.
Mutation too, because we all know cooked food helps with the brain growth and development as humans.
Yeah, just to even know that you can even cook food that long ago.
Exactly.
You know, which is shocking. You know, you should even know that meat tastes better over an open fire, or it's better for you, or it's healthier. You're not get sick from it or whatever. But it's like some like secondary testing was done in I think it was 2013, and it was said that the bones range from I think 50,000 to 100,000 years old. Oh, so even older than the 18,000, which is kind of like the first testing set. You know what I mean? But instead of testing the bones, they actually tested the sedimentary layers around the bones, like right near the bones where it's found. So it's obviously going to be in that layer, underneath. 1,000 years here, 5,000 years here, 18. So they were like in the 50,000. I don't know how they do this testing. I don't know how it works. I'm not a scientist.
I'm not a geologist.
Yeah. So I just thought it was very interesting because of the fact that a lot of scientists argue about this just based on the fact that it could be just a normal small person. Or it could have been, like a person that was deformed. Yeah. Or it could be actual hobbits that were actually smart enough to cook and use tools and like kind of hammers or whatever, sharp tools to hunt.
To hunt and kill.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. It makes me think of the pygmy people of the Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is very. I wonder why they call them hobbits. Like, do you think it's the feet? Do you think they are just a small size
hobble around?
Or someone who's just a big fucking fan who's like, oh shit, Hobbit.
Yeah, it's actually just like a really weird thing, just because of like the timeline, how it bounced back. Yeah, and because so all the testing that concludes that they're like Homo sapiens and these Homo habilis. Yeah, habilis. I think that's how you say it. And I think that's where they got the Hobbit from, the H. I don't know. I mean, all the letters don't really match up, but so like our Homo sapiens and Homo habilis like don't really match up completely, but we do have a relative which is like the some of the first people ever from from about 2 million years to about 1.5 million years ago. Yeah, were the ones in Africa, which were like the first ones. Yeah. So then.
First man.
So then we kind of think that like from that it went to the Homo erectus and then to the Homo habilis, and the habilis went to the Indonesian islands and Australia and that kind of area down there, and then the Homo erectus went kind of north up to Europe and like Asia and stuff, China like up higher in Asia, and all this, so like. They kind of split off, and like the evolutionary branch kind of just went like a little different because of what they were eating and what they were hunting or whatever. So for like about like 700,000 years, this Homo habilis was kind of like on their own trying to figure out their thing, and almost never even advanced almost never even like developed a language. Some said, but they had the tools and they had the fire making capabilities.
Well, that's as far as they went.
But there was no like buildings, there was no technology. There was obviously no technology, but there was no
language or
like further tools
they still had
developed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was still like real base level. Of the Homo sapien. The human beings. So it's
quite possible that they could have been.
It said that
evolution could have miniaturized them to. Punch.
Or even that, but it said that like around 50,000 years ago was around 50,000 years ago was when Homo sapiens arrived. Yeah. In Indonesia, and that's kind of how we extincted them, or it was a competition for hunting and food and space, so like they kind of just like died out, or we killed them.
We were just better.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Yeah.
We're still here.
3.5 feet to 5.5 feet at the time. There's a huge size advantage. A huge intellectual advantage as well.
You can trick them, and you can.
At that point we had spears and kind of more traps or whatever, kind of like a strategy kind of stuff, and they were still throwing rocks. And
they're just captured by luck and not by planning.
Yeah. So I mean. I want to do Hobbits because it is like from the movies and the books, and it's, there's this whole series about but Hobbits were real, you know what I mean, are believed to be real. I think they're real.
Yeah, I think they're a species branched off from us.
Yeah,
that's making it sound like I think they would have still threatened. They would have died if we never came about.
Yeah.
But we obviously did, and this you said competition for food. Hunting, we get essentially bad. We have war. We always have war.
Yeah, and like all these scientists all have different views. So like everyone's arguing about it, and no one's budging on their theories.
Oh wow!
So it's like another test comes up, and and now it's not 18,000 years old. It's 60,000 years old. 100,000. But the people will still believe they're like no, they're retarded babies or not babies but like children, or they're like deformed children. I want to say retarded, it's a bad word, but like deformed people, or they were like malformed, some kind of homo whatever, erectus or non-erect sapiens, or like I said, like the branch, it just goes off, it goes off weird, and then like it doesn't like grow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It just plateaued.
The growth kind of just stops here, but then like Homo sapiens keep going, and
for some reason they plateaued.
Yeah,
it was easy to catch stuff the way they were catching. They didn't have to evolve.
Yeah, like over 700,000 years. That's like a long time. You just don't evolve. You don't get taller. You don't get taller. You don't get smarter.
But you still are thriving because you know how to eat the food there. You've come accustomed to your environment.
Yeah, like this could even be like maybe like the first humans we had, and maybe like some apes, got together, maybe had these little dudes, they're
like little like.
Do
they think they're furry? Do you think they're more Homo sapien?
I mean, it was said that they're like really kind of furry creatures, but I kind of think that's why that their brains didn't develop as much, is because they might have been like some chimp stuff, like they're like even chimps now still. Like just barely found the Stone Age, right?
Yeah.
They just started using tools to break open shells.
Rocks.
The
stick to get the ants.
So it's like it's
so interesting with our history that one branch could have just got so comfortable that it could not advance.
Yeah.
It might have wanted to, but it just could not advance. It just got so comfortable.
It chose not to.
It chose not to. Just like there's no that. It was like, let me think of this. But on the other side, we have the Homo sapiens.
In the long run, the Homo sapiens are thriving.
They're thriving. They had the hardship. It was a more vast area, so each area had a different challenge, and you had to grow from that.
Yeah.
This sounds like they just hit their spot, and they figured out.
They
figured out, and they're thriving.
They're cool eating leaves and shit, and they weren't really
and like some
little bits of meat. They had meat. I mean, like. That's like the weird thing with like all these like theories or whatever, is that like they're gonna find charcoal in a cave with these bones.
Yeah.
Like that charcoal is 60,000 years old. Is it charcoal fossilized too, or what?
I'm gonna assume so because they can carbon date it.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Okay.
I'm not a geologist.
Neither of us are. Yeah.
But I really think this was a stamp of approval that these things were real.
Yeah.
I just have trouble with scientists trying to figure out when the fuck these things live.
I mean, okay, so carbon dating is a weird thing in general. Obviously, like carbon has to come from some kind of living, like a tree, or like us. Like you can't just find it on a rock. There's
rules and shit.
Minimal carbon on rock. I mean, the carbon's from us, like living organic creatures. So that's like that's kind of where they have to find the bones, or like the stuff around it, or these plants that were they were buried in that same kind of thing. But it's no one really knows. Like you can't pinpoint. You can't give 30,000 year region where it could be.
Usually with science they have a ballpark, and usually people get up. But you're just saying that these guys are. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. There hasn't been that.
These guys are just like really just sticky to their guns, like sticky to what they believe, and they're not trying to believe anyone else's theories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, they're like, I looked up this Hobbit shit in 2003. I was the one who discovered it. It's 18,000. This guy's like, dude, I redid it.
Yeah.
10 years later.
And my math
is telling you it's 100,000 years old.
Yeah, he's like, now go fuck yourself.
Yeah, he's like, no.
I'm going to hit him with one of the fucking Hobbit bows.
Yeah. So it's just like, I think Hobbits are real. I was super interested in this one. I wanted everyone to figure this one out because even when I told you, you kind of like laughed at me. You know what I mean? That I want to do Hobbits. You
I thought we were talking Shire folk.
Yeah, because it's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's wizards and goblins and orcs and shit. You know what I mean?
But I like that you explained it right off the bat that they're not Hobbits per se. They just got the name.
Yeah.
From whoever discovered it. It was when they didn't have a name tag, they said, "Here, I'm a Hobbit."
Yeah, exactly. I just think I don't know, man. This is super believable. Obviously, I always keep choosing these little creatures and these mythical stuff. So like, I'm heavily interested in the
little mystical creature folks,
in the weird leads. You know what I mean? So.
But yeah, I think this is 100% believable. You have the bones, you have the evidence. Yeah. The only evidence that they cannot figure out is where
they just can't prove if it's like a deformed
human or. But I think it was a person.
It's own species.
I think it's its own thing because the way you made it sound like they plateaued. Like the only thing they kept. Okay. Sure. The only thing they can't decide on is when they lived.
Yeah.
Now, once they figure that out, I think we'll have a lot more evidence. I think it's going to take that one evidence that's going to break through.
Yeah.
I think if they just stayed in that Indonesia kind of place, then they can find it.
They'd also have to find like more bones.
Not just
like
one.
Other things, because but like the skull, the third size of a human, they have like developed wrist bones.
It's not a baby.
You know what I mean. So it's definitely like a.
If you see one baby bones, you've seen them all.
It's like a weird
turn in our evolutionary history.
Yeah, like our tree just.
This could show us what not to do when you get complacent.
Yeah,
Like we can learn from these hobbits.
Don't get comfortable.
Don't get comfortable because then you don't evolve.
700,000 years, you're gonna go extinct.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get comfortable.
Don't get comfortable. But you know what's comfortable? Me asking you this question.
Oh.
What about Bigfoot?
I think they're boys.
Oh man.
Hobbits seem like some cool dudes.
Yeah.
Significantly cooler than leprechauns.
Yeah.
Even considering their size, I think they're still cooler. They're not drunk bastards.
Yeah.
They're not playing pranks.
They're not.
I think they were very smart, obviously, but they were just trying to live and just live peacefully. They weren't trying to advance. They weren't trying to discover shit and become inventors and be the next Steve Jobs or the first Steve Jobs.
Yeah, right. I think Bigfoot. This was part of how he broke off. When they broke off, he's like, "Okay, cool. You guys are coming with me. I'll show you. I'm gonna hang out with you guys. You guys are not like those those guys standing straight up. You guys are something different."
Yeah.
And then I showed him some tricks, like how to hunt and stuff.
Maybe he was their sensei.
And he's like, "Oh yeah." He just lived with them. He was like, "Yeah, guys."
They're all great mentor.
Yeah.
He's obviously 7 feet tall compared to 3.5 feet.
They showed him some stuff, and he's like, "Oh shit, I can take that back."
Yeah.
And then once the Homo sapiens came in, he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here, guys. It's these fucking guys.
Yeah, these heads
these fucking jackoffs.
Yeah, these fucking hairless assholes.
And they're like, no, man, stay. They might be cool. They're cousins." He's like, "No, man, I've already seen this shit."
Yeah.
He goes,
"All right, man, you want to stay here?"
And look what happens. As far as we know, we 86'd their ass.
Yep.
We either starved them or we killed them.
86 the Hobbits.
86 the Hobbits. The Asian man has come. Tolkien was right.
I mean, this is another one of my favorites. Just because Hobbits. Even the movies are great. The books. I ain't no reader.
I ain't no book.
I ain't no book reader.
I ain't no book. I'm American. But I think this is totally believable. I think it's a total branch out of our history. I really enjoyed this one. I was really skeptical. I was like, we're gonna fucking talk about Frodo, are we?
You laughed at me. You fucking laughed at me. Yeah.
I did.
So I think I kind of made some valid points.
Yeah, I really agree with you there. Like, cool. The only thing that I want to follow up on is our scientists or any scientist to be like, this is what they lived.
I'm just gonna have to become a scientist,
Yeah, okay.
Archaeologist.
Start a little late. College a little late.
I can go back.
You can always go back to school, kids. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Waiting for the government to change to get some free college.
Oh yeah. Archaeologists have the hat and everything. But if you like what you heard, guys, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Come join us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Come listen to us on Spotify, Stitcher.
Tell your friends.
Go all your friends.
Tell your
iTunes.
family.
Tell everybody.
Tell your kids.
Yeah, if you have kids.
Yeah.
If you're lonely, we're here for you.
Tell us.
In the comments below, we'll do whatever you guys say. Like, hey, I want you guys to look into this conspiracy, or I want you to look into this monster. We'll do it. We are a sponge.
We will.
We want to learn about everything conspiracy theory. We want to learn everything mythological. We need some ghost shit. Let's go do some ghost stuff, guys.
Yeah, if you ever need specific ghost stories
Oh yeah.
you look into.
Don't just tell us, oh, I saw a ghost. I'm not gonna go to your house and fucking stay there where you probably, Buffalo Bill me.
Yeah.
What the long
Put some
train in the
lotion
back. Leave my dog alone.
That was a great episode.
Anyway, guys, you do all the liking stuff and always ask yourself a very special question. What about Bigfoot?